what's up everybody, it's Amaya. So today's video is going to be on a really easy, casual, glowy springtime look. That's kind of a long name, but basically this is going to be an everyday sort of makeup look for those of you that want to take a little extra time to make your skin look really glowy for springtime and all that sorts of stuff, because this isn't going to be a quick makeup tutorial necessarily, but it is going to be glowy and beautiful and make it look like you're not wearing any makeup. So yeah, I don't actually have the makeup on right now because I just kind of wanted to do the intro beforehand because I always do it after, and then, you know, I just kind of want to be kind of casual today. So without further ado, I suppose we're just going to get into it. Also, I'm going to be using all drugstore products today. I got you. Also, I'm going to be using all drugstore brushes today. The only thing that's not going to be drugstore is this guy right here. My beauty blender. Sorry, not sorry. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is prime our skin. I'm going to take my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. A few healthy doses of that. Doses? If you see me looking over in this general direction, I have my mirror over here, so. Okay, so now that I have that spray on and my face is nice and tacky and hydrated, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. I really like this primer because it's going to smooth everything out because we are not going to be doing foundation today, so we want our skin to look nice and smooth and flawless. And then for a little extra glow, I'm going to take the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. I'm almost out of that. I'm so sad. And I'm just going to put this mainly on the high points of my face, on my cheeks, that sort of area. I'm not going to put it too much in my T-zone just because we are going to be looking very glowy today, so I don't want the skin to look overly greasy. Make sure you really work in and press in your primers. Don't just rub them on and then go. Really make sure you massage them into your skin. Otherwise, they're not going to work or necessarily look as nice. Okay, so for our concealers today, I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me and NYX HD. This is in the shade Light and this is in the shade 02. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me under my eyes to mainly conceal everything. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to kind of use this everywhere that I want to conceal things. So my nose, chin, any blemishes. I'm also going to kind of dot this around my face almost as if it's foundation. Then I'm going to take the lighter one and just put that under my eyes. The reason why I do this is because that will create more of a highlighted illusion. So we are putting the concealer all over our face, but doing this will make it look like we have like a more highlighted effect. So then I'm just going to take my beauty sponge. I'm going to spray it with just a tiny bit of the Mario Badescu spray. It's been sitting out for a bit, so it's kind of drying up. And I'm just going to blend that in. I'm going to go ahead and just lightly set my face, and I'm going to be using this. This is the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder in Translucent / Fair / Light. It's a long name. I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild brush, this powder brush right here, and I'm just going to lightly stamp that in because it's translucent or light. It's not going to show up too much on our skin. It doesn't have a flashback. So I'm just going to pat this all in. I'm going to avoid this cheek area though right here. Before I set my concealer, I'm going to go in with some other cream products. I'm going to be using a cream blush today. This is in the shade Barely Pink. This is from Maybelline. And I'm just going to rub this on my finger like so. Get a good amount on there. And tap that onto my cheeks. And I'm going to take the butt of my beauty blender and just make sure that's all blended in there. I'm using this more of a light wash of pink as opposed to my actual blush because I'm going to be layering a powder one over it. Okay, I'm also going to go in with some cream highlight. This is from e.l.f. in the shade In the Spotlight. It's one of their shimmering facial lips. I usually use this one to mix in with my foundation, but I decided today to actually try and put it on my face, see how it looked. Now I'm just going to take it just a tiny bit and tap, 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 tap. So you can see it's like a whitish shade, but I'm going to take that with my sponge and just blend it out. Do you guys see how they just give me like a really natural looking glow? It's not a color because it is white. It's like whitish, almost clearish sort of shine. So I'm just starting it out and then going in with my beauty blender and then blending it out. This is going to be our primary highlight. I think cream highlights look so much more natural and glowy. trying to keep it in this eye region too over here. So that way when I turn my head, you can see it almost on the outer corner of my eye. So now we are going to set our under eyes. I'm going to be taking the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. I'm going to pull down my lid, or my under eye, and blend that out. And then I'm going to take the powder and just dab, 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 dab. I'm going to just try to keep it in the inner corner area, like that. I don't want to bring it out too far here because then it'll go over our highlight. As far as my lids, I'm also going to take some powder onto them. And a little bit on my chin, forehead, those sort of areas. So now I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, of course, and this is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. And I'm just going to start lightly bronzing the perimeters of my face. This reminds me of that Tom Ford brush that everybody uses. It just looks very similar. So I'm just going to bronze like how I normally do. You want to make sure to be careful when you're not wearing any foundation because your bronzer is going to show up more true to color and more true in general because you don't have that layer of foundation to kind of have it blend into. You're going to just have this layer of powder and primer. So you want to make sure that you kind of use a lighter hand and that you blend a little bit more. You may notice that things I don't want to say skip, but you just may notice that things are a little bit more bold, a little bit on my chin. I even like to go down my neck. So now I'm also going to put a blush over that, and this is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips in Malibu Strip. This is my favorite blush at the moment, and I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Stipple brush. I'm just going to kind of do one of these numbers, swirl it in. And I'm going to swirl this on my cheek area. I'm not really keeping this in the blush area because this stuff functions as a bronzer. So I'm kind of just swirling it in that general area. It's also glowy, so I don't have to worry about it messing up my highlight. I'll just dab a little bit of that on my forehead to give me an all-over bronzy glow. Okay, so if you are someone who is more oily or is going to get greasy throughout the day, I would just leave this cream highlight on your face maybe if you didn't want to look extra glowy, but we want to look extra glowy. So I'm going to take the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, of course, and I'm going to take my big powder brush, dab that in, and I'm just going to lightly put this all over my face, very, very lightly. So I just dab my brush in and tap it off, and very lightly just put this on my cheek area, everywhere, kind of using it to buff out my makeup. Then I'm going to take it on my Morphe brush. I know this isn't a drugstore brush, but it is an affordable brush. And I'm going to spray that with some of my rose water spray. As you can tell, I love this stuff. And I'm just going to put that right on our highlight area. You don't have to wet it, but I think that wetting it intensifies it just a little bit more and creates a more metallic look. Sometimes I don't do this, sometimes I do. Depends on the mood I'm in. Oh, look at it! I'm also going to take a little bit of this and put it in the very center of my eye. Just in the center, like that. I'm actually going to wet my finger. This is just going to add a nice dimensional glow. And because this Pure Nude highlighter is basically colorless, it has a little bit of a opal-y, peachy sort of glow. It is virtually colorless though, so you're not really going to see it too much, which I like. Then I'm just going to take this BH Cosmetics brush, and with a little bit of our bronzer, I'm just going to go very lightly in the upper crease. This is going to give your eye some dimension because we did set it with a powder. It's going to look a little bit flat, so you want to give it that little bit of dimension. I'm also just going to take this on that same brush on my lower lash line. It's okay if it isn't like directly under your lash line. You could use a pencil brush if you really wanted, but I just like taking my fluffy brush and just very lightly putting some underneath there. I just feel like it looks more natural, gives you that sort of like model editorial look. Okay, so before I do my mascara and stuff, I'm going to set my face. I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Oil Control Fixing Spray. And then, you guessed it, the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. The Makeup Revolution is going to lock everything in, and then this rose water one is going to make everything look glowy and healthy and beautiful and delicious. So now this is honestly my favorite part is, well, okay, probably the highlighter is my favorite part. I have to say. But my second favorite part is the lashes. So I'm just going to start out by curling them. And you really want to give them a nice tight curl. Okay, so then I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Base. This is like the mascara primer. It's white. I love this stuff. This is going to, I think, prolong your mascara. I think it protects your lashes from mascara, honestly. And it's going to lengthen and volumize all that sorts of stuff. So I'm going to put that all over my lashes. I'm not going to put it too thick. And then I'm just going to let that dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that that is dry, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. I wanted to get the carbon black one, but I didn't. So I'm just going to start by wiggling this onto my lashes, and I'm going to apply like 2 or 3 or 12 coats of this, you know, whatever you feel is necessary. Okay, now I'm just going to go over that with some of the Miss Mango Voluminous Black Angel Mascara from Maybelline. Right? No, L'Oreal. This is L'Oreal too. Duh. And this is just to add some more volume to my lashes, because that L'Oreal Voluminous one I feel is very lengthening. And this one is more volumizing, even though they're both called voluminous. And I'm going to use this one on my lower lashes as well. You want to not go too heavy on your lower lashes, because that's going to make you look tired. You just want a nice light layer. Because we added the primer, the mascara is going to stick better. So I did get some little dots up here in my crease. So we're just going to fix those. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to take the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is in the shade Whipped Caviar. And I'm just going to line my lips with this. Okay, so now that that is all filled in, I'm going to take a little bit of lip balm and I'm going to apply this all over my lips, because lip liners can be very drying. And I'm gonna kind of use this to blend it all together. And I have this new gloss that I've been really liking. This is the Hydro Boost from Neutrogena. It's the Hydrating Lip Shine. This is in the shade Radiant Rose. And I'm just gonna take this and apply that right over top. Okay, so I just kind of threw my hair up. I pretended like that was doing my hair, fixing my hair. But I just wanted to show you guys something real quick, that this makeup is perfect for your all-natural selfie. I'm actually going to turn off all of my lights. So my overhead light in my room, that's the only one that's still on. So I'm just going to show you guys something. I'm going to take my camera flash. Okay, so this was a picture taken with my back camera with flash. Do you guys see the highlight? Here is what it looks like with the softening filter. The orange filter, blue filter, black and white filter. As you guys can see, it just looks so pretty and natural, and you totally get like that Instagram highlight sort of thing going on. And I'm going to take it with my front-facing camera. So this is what it looks like from my front-facing camera with no filter, softening filter, orange, blue, black and white. So that is what it looks like. As you can see, it just looks really pretty and glowy. And this is not very good daylight because it's night outside. But let me just turn on my ring light just a tiny bit. So I just feel like this kind of looks more like sunlight if I just turn on this ring light right here. So if I were to be looking in direct sunlight, something like this, I mean, it would probably be a little bit warmer, but this is very similar to what it would look like. As you can see, it just looks really glowy and dewy. I feel like a lot of times with all these bright lights and everything like that, the makeup look is kind of softened and made to look perfect. So this is kind of what it would look like in just like natural daylight, fluorescent lighting, because this is kind of like fluorescent lighting. When I turn off that ring light, this is what it looks like. I'm kind of in the dark area. So this is what it would look like in like a darker, lower lit room. And here's what it looks like with just my softbox lights on. So this is just light coming at me from right here. They're softened, they're not as harsh as this guy right here. Okay, so that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys like it. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you thought about changing the lighting, how I did that at the end to show you guys what the makeup look looks like. Let me know what you thought about that, because I thought it was kind of cool. I kind of like seeing what the makeup was going to look like and explain to you guys. So, yeah, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye. Hey, what's up everybody, it's Amaya. So today's video is going to be my top 10 favorite ColourPop eyeshadows. I'm going to be showing you guys